How Takiyasu, to all my relatives, all my relations. It's a very deep meaning for the Lakota people because it means that all living life, all living things and non-living things, including water, that they are life. That's why they have the saying out there that they're using and sharing with everybody is Miniwa Choni. Miniwa Choni means water is life. Water is life because we are all made of water. And all things that are living are water. That the world and the land is shaped by water. Non-living things, they are living. All things around us are living. That's why we are all related when we say that word, Matakiyasin. Matakiyasin means that we are all related. We've lived in a world where we think that that's not true. We live in a world that divides us. We're now asking us to start examining that world together. Because what we're talking about now is solidarity. And as talking about solidarity, we're talking about uniting as one people, one mind, one heart. That's what they teach us in our ceremonies, that when we come out there and that ceremony is good, whether it be a circle like this, or whether it be a circle strictly talking about where I am invited, where I grew up in, that circle that I grew up in, whether it's a sweat lodge or a Sundance ceremony, when we are one heart, one mind, there is nothing that we cannot do. And so when we're talking about this idea of solidarity, that's an English word for talking about one heart, one mind. One heart, one mind is all of us together thinking about who we are and what we are in this world. When we think about who we are and what we are in this world, we value life differently. Just earlier as we talked about this idea of law, law doesn't take that into context. Law misses that idea. Science misses that idea. Our science and our policy are not aligned with the environment. That misalignment is starting to come out in the way that we act upon the world. And so we need to start examining those things, start asking those questions very much deeply with our relatives, with our friends and our family. Those conversations that are difficult, those conversations that are uncomfortable, we need to start realizing that we need to be uncomfortable, being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Those conversations are tough, they're difficult, and they're hard. But I have colleagues and friends here in this circle who we've been going through these conversations together, and I can tell you they will probably support the idea and the feelings that they're having now is that when we start to have these conversations and we get more comfortable with them, we will be resilient. I was just out at Standing Rock because I'm also a veteran. I was in the military for about 10 years. And I went out there for Veterans Day. The energy at that camp is very sacred. The way that everybody is out there together, there is not race out there. There's not differences. People are treating each other like equals. That's what they want. They want that to be more than what's going on at that camp. They want this country back in a way that it's not talking about taking the land and taking your backyard and taking your house from you. It's talking about changing your culture to match the culture that is of that land. That's the difference. When we say these things, they get misinterpreted as though somehow this is maybe anti-you or anti-your race or anti-where you come from, but it's not. It's actually to embrace you and actually ask you to live on this land and respect it and treat it as your mother. I hope that we can all start to work towards that. I really do. And I'm voicing myself in that concern. I want to share that with you. I was also, my wife wants to speak, so I'm really trying to transition now.
Passing of the baby. Hello. Nenaniha Jessica Matza. Sayurita. My name is Jessica Matza, and good evening. I think it's really nice having a partner who, we're on the same page, and I feel like we can discuss things that, from the perspective of a man and from the perspective of a woman. And just earlier today, I gave a talk about domestic abuse and how hurtful that is in Native American communities, and how to heal in a way that's relevant and to heal in a way that's effective to Native people. I get those same feelings when I'm here and when I'm, sharing the space with everybody. I have my own experiences with domestic abuse and where my own life was threatened. And through the healing process, I really identified with the land, and I identified with Mother Earth, because I felt like she understood what it meant to be violated or what it meant to be hurt. And she was the one that could guide my healing. And I come to this situation in this perspective, and I feel like in a way this is a reclaiming not just of water, but of sacredness and of the sacredness of women. We are the water carriers. We are the ones that bridge that divide between spirit and the earthly realm. And I think there's a lot of healing that still needs to happen, and I think that there's a lot of work that still needs to be done. But we're starting to listen, and we're starting to look at each other and identify that we all have the same common goal, and we have the same need for water. We have the same need to honor women. We have the same need to be close to our mother. And so, with that, I just wanted to acknowledge everybody who's here. The grandmas, the grandpas, the men, the women, especially the children. My kids are running wild back there, so, But it's good, and we're here. And we're here with our hearts. And let's just keep showing up and keep being present and keep supporting each other, because that's how things are going to happen. So, with that, thank you, and have a good evening.